Hi guys, I'm glad you can join me as we celebrate the greatest day in history. Today is Easter Sunday, and we've almost come to the conclusion of the Easter story in the Bible. If you followed it through, then you read loads about Jesus, about him riding into Jerusalem on a donkey as the triumphant king he is, about Jesus turning over tables in the temple because people have turned it into a den of robbers. Jesus saying that whatever is God's, that we should give it back to him. Jesus telling us the two greatest commandments, which are to love God and to love others. Jesus' warning to be aware of false teachers, that we know that he is the only way to eternal life. And then moving on to Jesus at the Last Supper, with the first ever communion, Judas's betrayal of Jesus, Jesus being arrested, tried and sentenced to die on a cross. Loads of stuff going on in the Easter story. I always feel for the disciples at this time. After Jesus had died, the people must have thought it was all over. Jesus had died and his body had been prepared and put in a tomb. I couldn't imagine what it would be to feel like if you were one of the disciples over the next couple of days. What on earth was going through their minds? It's like, we saw him do miracles and we heard him speak and I was convinced he was the Messiah. But now he's dead. It just doesn't make any sense. Was I wrong to put my faith in him? Is there still hope? It must have been a very confusing time. All until Easter Sunday arrived. Mary Magdalene was one of the first to go to visit the tomb, and she was greeted by an angel telling her that Jesus had risen from the dead. Mary was there earlier on in Jesus' ministry. He had healed her from having demons, and she helped support Jesus out of her own means, which probably means that she was using her own money to help support the work of Christ, which is something most of us probably do nowadays. As soon as the angel told her about Jesus rising from the grave, she turned around, ran back, telling everyone that Jesus had come back to life. She told everyone that Jesus had risen from the dead. She was so excited. She knew about the miracles Jesus had done before, from healing a blind man, from leprosy, paralyzation, cleansing people of their sins. She'd also heard about the amazing things Jesus had said, from things like, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone," or "Is not the healthy that need a doctor, but the sick," and to love one another as Jesus has loved us. These are many things that Mary probably would have known about, and things that we all probably know about as well. And she followed Jesus every day because of it. And I wonder, on Easter Sunday, how excited are we about Jesus rising from the grave? How eager are we to tell others about Jesus coming back to life? How many people know that Jesus is someone that we love and worship? When Mary found out that Jesus had come back to life, she couldn't help herself. She had to tell everyone she knew. Do you know that Jesus had come back to life? Do you know that Jesus died for us all? If so, today is Easter Sunday, and that's when we celebrate the greatest day in history. And if we really believe it is, then how excited are we about that? Who can we tell? Today is the day we celebrate Jesus conquering death, and that we can have life in him.